not in a kind of dramatic sense that I don't feel comfortable about talking some of the more bizarre aspects of it. Yes, I have only one. There is one very strong feedback here from personal experience to what I see as families of information set within the many patterns, some unique, that we have got, and that is that the planet itself, it is nature, it is the planet itself, is in tremendous difficulty. And what we are looking at here is Mother Earth. Mother Earth is, its life support systems are gravely being challenged, and that we as one of, if not the, most responsible species on the planet have not been playing the right cards. We have responsibilities that we have failed in, and whether there is enough time to re-steer the ship is better brains than mine. We'll address that. But I do feel, and others do agree, that we are at the 11th hour, and we have little time left for the semantics, the arguments, the disagreements, the egos. We are in a position here where we have to identify at our soul level who we are, what we're here to do, to achieve, and to find within us the love that can bond us and can produce a better product of ourselves and for other living species. That's the message. I see it constantly, and all of the family lines, perhaps we can talk about on another occasion, that will support that simply in the evolution of the design. So that's the best shot I can give.
So do you see these things as a communication tool almost? It's almost...
Yes.
Do you think we've deciphered them, or we're close to deciphering them?
I think we know what they are. I really do. I don't think that it's going to be totally necessary to spell out this means this, that means that, and therefore the trend is this, and this is ultimately the message. I think the feelings, the experience people have gotten, and some are specific. I mean, we have a solar system, an absolute replica, a tremendous accuracy, with the Earth missing at a known date. Now that's work that we've done with scientists in this country that define a date and what it possibly means, that the planet will not be here at this date if something doesn't happen. So. I think it's as much as we can say right now. You know.
And I guess, is the crop cycle phenomenon, is that a recent type of phenomenon? Because I grew up in England too.
Sure.
And I don't know when you were first aware of the crop circles. Perhaps for me it was perhaps the late 70s, early 80s.
79.
Yes, perhaps something like that.
You were obviously aware of it right at the beginning.
What... were there possibly crop circles going on before that, but we're not documented, or do you think this is a very recent phenomenon?
I personally think it is recent. In the folklore, English folklore, 1678, we have found something referred to as the Hartford Mowing devil, and it does appear to be reference to a historic record to a crop circle. It appears to be that. There are no photographs. We can only surmise that the words are relating to it. It may not be. What I can say is that actually I said 78 just now, but in 76, a farmer just north of Winchester in Hampshire reported seeing a single circle and took a photograph of it. That is the first that I am aware of, documented photographic evidence. There's the beginning. And that from that time on, which tends to support it as being the first, is the documentary evidence from farmers, aircraft, some military people from the sky, and then us joining in this from 83, an absolutely continuous record of an evolving phenomenon. But 76 seems to be the starting point. There will be, I know there are people that have argued with that there is another record. I would say if we're looking at solidity, that's the date. And we can leave the book open to an earlier
And
time.
you must get excited every time the autumn and the fall comes around when you must be ready to go out and see it. Do you think there's also a relationship between the fall, the harvest, the maturing of these plants, and possibly the energy that comes through at that time? Or is it just that during the fall, the harvest, that's the best time that crops can be affected by this? Is there a seasonal component to it also?
There is a seasonal component in all countries where they appear, but it doesn't seem to be and this is, again, only my opinion, based upon I've traveled the world looking at it in Australia and Canada, here, back in the UK, obviously, and in other places, Brazil and so on. What I see is that this phenomenon, whatever the mechanism is, requires a drawing board. And the drawing board, as it happens, is the cereal crop. It has to be a plant in excess of 5 or 6 inches in height. Okay. Well, that could be grass, and we do have them in grass. Right. Cereal crop provides, in a known period of time, between late April, May in England, and of course that varies in different parts of the world in Australia, but there is a season in which a drawing board is made available. We have to return to these fields as opposed to grass fields around the planet that we don't see from one year to the next. We go back to cereal crops because we eat it. And in the eating of the cereal, we have the plant, the crop.
I always sort of see it like, that little wheat shaft is almost like a little antenna that has the seed at the top that could be a resonator almost, and that resonation is more pronounced through those type of crops than perhaps any others. I don't know if anybody's ever...
Resonance and frequency is in here. Yeah. We've just been showing that the sounds that have been recorded at 5.2 kilohertz, there is a consistent frequency component to this, which translated as ultrasound, that may well have some relationship in its effective application through the antenna that you're referring to.
That's what I'm saying. So I can see this like a wheat sheaf wobbling there and then perhaps bursting with energy and toppling over. I don't know.
We welcome you aboard the research.
Perhaps we should get together. Well, thank you so much, Colin. It's a wonderful, wonderful life of research. And how can people contact you? Give us your website again.
Thank you. The website is www.colinandrews.net, and as of tomorrow morning, we will be releasing the entire database through PDF down files or whatever. Obviously, the books and all the rest of it are out there. Right. We're really keen because there has been a rebooting of the research surrounding consciousness, that this is the first of a whole series which will take us throughout the world. Right. And I really think this is where it is, and we've got a narrow window of change.
And if people take pictures this fall, they can send them to you. They'll all go up on the website and everything like that.
Let's all be part of it.
Exactly.
We've all got part to play.
I understand. It sounds great. Sounds like a reality show coming your way soon, coming this fall, perhaps on QUEST.TV. It's been an honor, sir, and thank you again so much.
Pleasure.
I'm Kevin Shuker.
Thanks, Kevin.
This is QUEST.TV.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, look, I can get...
I hit the record.
Okay.
Recording.